Welcome to another episode of In My Garage. I'm Richard, and today we meet with the owner of the first everyday supercar. This JDM icon didn't stick to the rule book in Europe, it rewrote it. Hello Paul, good to meet you mate.
Pleasure.
Now, I appreciate we haven't got a garage round us this time, but I know there's something beautiful under this cover.
There is. How about we show you?
Brilliant. Wow, fantastic.
1991 Honda NSX.
I'm looking at a supercar here.
Definitely a supercar. So that's an NA1 NSX 1991. So this is a JDM one. So this isn't an Australian one. I got this one a couple of years ago from Japan. Obviously the Japanese JDM, they keep all the good stuff for themselves. We all know that, right? This one's a little bit special because it's Brooklands green. Didn't really notice much at the time when I bought the car, but later I noticed that it was kind of rare. So it wasn't a catalogue colour, it was a special order.
It's a beautiful colour, yes. JDM, Paul, what do you mean by that?
So Japanese domestic market, so as most of the JDM people will know, they are cars that were not exported to other countries. So that they typically have features and specifically power way more than the rest of the world.
And now, obviously I've got to ask, NSX, what does that actually stand for?
New Sports Car Experimental. So it originally came from a prototype, but incredibly, they actually put a motor in the back of a Honda City behind the seats and thought it was funny, and that was literally the beginning of the Honda NSX.
And it was their first, moving the engine away from the front wheel drive and taking it to the back. Absolutely fantastic. I've heard the story of that. They had quite a bit of fun around a car park or something.
They drove around a car park.
And this is a supercar that is an everyday car. We've got aircon, we've got a radio, we've got luxury in there. I see why it had to be aluminium to drop the weight off all this extra stuff, but you could drive this every day, couldn't you? You could just go to the shops in this and
we could. We don't, but we could. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I've loved these cars my whole life. Like, obviously, I'm old now, but when I was a kid and they came out, and my jaw dropped, and I thought that's an amazing looking car. But I think these days it gets a lot more respect, probably a lot more than it did at the time. Like, obviously, it was a bit of a game changer at the time, but now everyone loves an NA1, Richard.
And everyone keeps bringing up that they were competing against Ferrari with the 348 or the 328.
Yes, 348, and successfully so.
They've done a really good job of it, and yes, they did.
Yes, if only they'd kept at it.
Okay, let's talk about the sleek design up now. I'm seeing an F-16 jet fighter. What's going on with this car, Paul?
You would be correct. So yeah, that was one of the design elements from Pininfarina when they designed the car originally. They're trying to focus on the drive of the car though, and the fact this thing has got no power steering. It's very low, as you can see. Cockpit forward.
And handling is absolutely perfect?
It's amazing. It's very raw, it's very analog, it's very 1990s. It's amazing that a car was designed in the 80s that can drive so well today. I think we've kind of lost that a lot with modern cars.
Yes, I agree with that. So Paul, is there any modification you've done on the car?
Only one, Richard, and that would be the rims. The rims had to go. So when I got the car originally, it had the genuine factory rims, which I personally thought looked incredible, but they had to go because my wife and kid didn't like them. So these are the rims from the NSX-R, so that's the motorsport version of the NSX. Kind of hard to find, so I got those from Japan.
It looks beautiful. Now Paul, this Vegemite rear end, what do you think of it?
True story, Richard. At the time, I was a kid, I hated it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way the spoiler was incorporated into design there. I didn't really like the taillights either. I thought they looked just way too big for the car. Having said that, and being old now, I love it. I think it's aged really well. I think it looks kind of retro, but I think it works. What do you think?
It's really starting to grow on me. I'm actually loving it as well. It's absolutely fine. It took time, but it's looking good. And in America, it was the Acura that they got that badge on it, which was the upmarket version, but no, it's lovely.
I think when I look at it now, it looks kind of simple and clean. I noticed like a lot of the design elements with the new cars, they're a little bit convoluted. They're a little bit complicated, I think, for my liking. It just looks very clean.
Yeah, the whole spoiler was designed with the car. You can see it's not just been added after it. It was thought about right from the beginning. Absolutely fantastic.
I think it works.
It does work. But is there any chance we can have a look at this engine?
Thought you'd never ask, Richard.
Brilliant. Absolutely amazing.
1C30A.
Beautiful.
270 horsepower, not a lot by modern standards, not a lot at all in fact, quite low powered. I don't think it was ever about the power though, like it's more about the feeling of the car on the road.
And yeah, the VTEC is absolutely brilliant. What a great engine anyway.
Well, true story, Richard, it didn't actually have VTEC originally. So when this car came out originally, when they designed it, the boss asked the mechanics why they had no VTEC on their best model, which the reason was actually they only used VTEC on the 4-cylinder motors, and this was a 6-cylinder 3-litre.
And what numbers did they give for like top speed of this car? What did they? I know they took it around the Nürburgring quite a few times. Yeah, that was where they were testing it.
I believe about 270 k's an hour, which was part of the design brief originally when they put the NSX together.
What I can see is great for a sports car is this mid-engine right in the middle there. Beautiful, Paul. Does that improve your handling much?
Yes, it does. Like all great sports cars, the motor is in the back. Handling, stability. This one's got no power steering because it's one of the early models, which is what I wanted when I originally was looking for it. But the handling is just sensational, and the balance, because the motor's in the back, is phenomenal.
How about parking though? Okay without that steering?
It's not great.
It's not great, but doable. For a young man of yourself, it's no problem. Still notice we've got plenty of room here for a boot. It's still quite big. Maybe we could have a look inside.
Richard, the boot is huge. You will love this. Okay, huge.
Just enough for some golf clubs, just perfect.
I don't play, but I do keep my spare rim in the back. It's usually in the front, and I'll show you why I do that.
Brilliant. I know it's an inflatable one, so it's actually this is actually the original spare that come with the car.
Genuine OEM.
Genuine. They were doing that a lot long before Porsche did it. Brilliant. So this is where the spare wheel went, I see.
Yep, that's where it goes, right in front of the battery. So every time I wanted to top my battery up, guess what? So now I put them in the boot.
They have kept it back though, I'll give it that with the battery. It's always trying to keep the weight in the middle of the car as much as possible. So a lot of
I was wondering, so in a new modern car with the motor in the back, where do they put the rim?
Well, a lot of supercar, TVRs and a few other vehicles, but they'll put them in the footwell, actually more towards the seats, the passenger seats. That will sit in the footwell hidden down there.
And where's the battery?
That's where the battery will be, so that's literally just weight. Keep the weight in the middle of the car, in the middle of the four wheels to give it the best balance.
Yep, makes sense, right? I understand that.
And the battery's heavy, so yeah, if you can chuck it somewhere nicely, perfect. So Paul, the headlights, so is it main beam and normal light? Well, you get both lights on this? Is it just one?
Yeah, the classic iconic pop-up headlights. Perfect. Friend of the millennials and the Gen Zs. They're huge, aren't they? I mean, I look back at them now and I just can't believe how big they are.
Now we're looking at an everyday sports car.
Yes.
So we need to look inside and see if it's an everyday sports car. Let's see if it's comfortable.
Bring it on.
It is quite functional, but it's fully loaded. I must admit, for a car of 91, there's still a lot of stuff going on here. Do you mind if I sit in it? It looks quite...
No, please, be my
guest.
guest.
See what it's like.
It's very low, and you're very old.
It is very low. Oh, wow. Okay. This is very Thunderbirds here. We've got a great big hazard light.
Don't touch that. That's the seat ejection system, Richard. I suppose my comment on that one would be that it's mainly functional. Like, it's not really anything flash. Everything's there for a specific purpose only.
You've got your horns. So we've got some knobs here. They're quite straight. For a Honda, this doesn't seem like a natural knob to them, does it? It's... No, for 1991, they didn't think a lot of this stuff. It was all quite sparse, but this is really fully loaded, but very functional, and it has got an aerial.
Yes, it does. Actually, that's a bit of an interesting one. So if you just look at the aerial, you can actually send it to halfway or the full way, which is a bit weird. I haven't actually seen that on any other car. I'm still not convinced that it's a functional thing, but whatever.
And I can't believe that mileage, 43,000. That's amazing. And it's still being enjoyed. You're still enjoying this car, aren't you? That's the thing. It's still being
going
driven.
nowhere.
And we've got a great big padded glove box as well. It's quite huge. That's a fair size and all.
5-speed manual.
5-speed manual.
Old school.
So Paul, I can really see why this is your childhood dream. It's absolutely fantastic. Did you have a model car when you were a kid or anything of one of these?
Actually, I did. I did have a Model 1, a Tamiya one. So, but I think like a lot of, young car nuts in the early 90s, probably a lot of people wanted to get one, and I'm lucky enough to have one. I got there in the end, Richard.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. It looks fantastic. Let's see if it goes as well as it could. Is there any chance of a test drive?
Richard, I thought you'd never ask.
I've got to get out first, that's the problem.
And that's your first challenge. Are you ready?
Let's see what she's got. Paul, what can you tell us about the Ayrton Senna part of this car?
Oh, the suspension tuning. Yeah, so Ayrton's known now for tuning the suspension and stiffening the chassis. So, well, Honda won six championships in a row of F1. So he's now known for driving very fast around Suzuka and loafers. Famous footage. Obviously, it's gone viral these days because of social media, which is interesting.
Gotcha.
But yeah, essentially because of Ayrton, he said it was, quote, too fragile. So back to the Honda factory and they stiffened it up. It was actually designed with a Cray supercomputer. But they stiffened up the suspension allegedly by 50%. So you would have to say that by then it's super stiff. I mean, to be fair, it handles brilliantly and it doesn't need power steering. It really doesn't. It sits on the road very, very nicely and yeah, just beautiful steering, very direct. I think the Ayrton Senna connection's very interesting, but I don't know, I reckon the Gordon Murray stuff
That's
is
a
as
nice
well.
one, yeah, as well, that he had one as well as a...
I mean, Gordon Murray's basically God. he doesn't need to do anything for the rest of his life, does he?
Hey Paul, what was it like the first time you actually got behind the wheel of this car?
Oh my God. Believe it or not, it was actually an automatic NSX, which was a little bit random. So I thought it's kind of an odd experience because it feels like the world's best GT car, right?
Yeah.
So an automatic NSX feels like a big, fast GT car, but the manual NSX feels like an actual sports car. So it feels a lot more lively, a lot more sprightly on the road. Obviously, a lot more power delivery and way easier to drive, obviously, because it's manual, which is what we grew up with. But I still remember when the NSX came out for the first time because I really like motorbikes as well. And the first I just remember burned on my brain forever was the Honda Fireblade in front of the Honda NSX, a red one. It was it was a very famous marketing campaign at the time, and it had literally the Fireblade in front of the NSX. But absolutely beautiful because the NSX looked like a wedge, and I remember thinking that I loved the front and I hated the back. It's incredible how you could get the same car with two different transmissions that feel completely different.
Yeah, true.
We're obviously kind of lucky that we can drive both of them.
Paul, have you ever used the RAC?
Many times, Richard, many times. No one has got more batteries from the RRC than Paul Warren. So this car had a new battery about 3 weeks ago. So the problem that we have these days, if we're not driving the car enough, and that had I think a couple of cells collapsed in the battery. So RRC.
Paul, thanks for showing me your car. That is one fantastic supercar.
It's my pleasure, Richard. Anytime.
Thank you.